Hey everyone, we're here at Vero Beach Oktoberfest 2022. Enjoying the day, enjoying some beer, enjoying some vendors. Great day today.
It's awesome. A lot of people at this event. It's really, really good. We also have a car in the car show. There's about 100 cars right down here a little ways. Really cool event.
So I'm sitting here with my husband, Joseph, and he's going to talk a little bit about Sunstone Claim Advocates and what they do, what they could do for you, how the company can help you. So Joe, why don't you tell me, what is a public insurance adjuster?
So public insurance adjusters are, we basically represent the homeowner on insurance damage claims, basically stuff that kind of leaks under your sink or a leaky roof or any kind of damage from a storm, any of those kinds of things where you would normally call your insurance company. A lot of people don't realize that your insurance company has an adjuster, just like me, same licenses as me and my partners, and he works for the insurance company. And he'll come and estimate your claim. What we do, what public adjusters do, is that you hire us to represent you on your loss, and then we look at the claim from your perspective, more so much to say that it's like we work for you, not the insurance company.
You work for me, not the insurance
Right, and most people think, well, the guy from the insurance company is their friend. And
I thought they work for me too.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying that he's not your friend and he's not going to do right or any of those kinds of things. I just want to be clear that he doesn't work for you. He's not adjusting for you. He's adjusting from the perspective of the insurance company. And what public adjusters do is we come in and we look at it from your perspective, from our perspective, which is, we get you the most we can based on what you're covered for in your policy. So we don't create things that aren't there. We sort of maximize what they're sort of not giving you. Maybe they'll, skimp on this or skimp on that, and we make sure we maximize that for our homeowners and customers.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. I know a lot of people could probably use that most recently.
Yeah.
Joseph, how long has Sunstone been doing public insurance adjusting?
So my brother started the business called Florida Loss Consultants, public insurance adjuster firm, in 2001, and a long time ago. And I came on board as a marketer, and I sort of kind of dipped my toe into the arena. I didn't really dive in at that time, but it's over 25 years ago. And then from that point, another company got built out of that called Claims Pro, and the partners involved there was myself, my friend Joey, and then we partnered off and started Sunstone Claims. So altogether, we're doing public insurance adjusting over 25 years. We have 3 people in our organization, 2 licensed adjusters and 1 appraiser estimator. Joey's our estimator. And we've also worked on this hurricane that's here now. This is our 13th hurricane in our experience. So we've been doing it for quite some time, a lot of experience. A lot of the ins and outs of the insurance policies and the laws and whatnot change every year. So you really have to be proactive and that kind of thing to be current. And we are.
And speaking of that, and keeping up to date with all of those things, it brings me to my next question. Is there a license required to be a public adjuster?
Yeah, well, yes. So you have to take a course, and then you have to pass that course, and then you have to do a 6-month apprenticeship with a licensed adjuster, learning the ropes, so to speak, and then you have to sit for your state exam, in which case you get licensed, and in order to keep the license, in order to keep the license, you have to get 24 continuing education credits every 2 years, and always kind of stay updated, like I was saying about
with all the
stuff
changes.
that changes. Yeah, Tallahassee, they change laws all the time. But you have to be licensed. Here at Sunstone, we're licensed and insured, and we're also Florida residents. I work out of Vero Beach. My partners work out of Merritt Island. We have an office in Ocala, and we've been in the state of Florida for 25 years.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know different areas in Florida. If they need Sunstone, they can reach them.
Anywhere in the state. We'll go anywhere in the state.
So that brings me to my next question. What if I come home to our house, I walk in the door, I have water all over my kitchen? What do I do? What's the process? What would some of our residents and our friends do if that were to happen?
Yeah, it's funny. A lot of people had some issues. They still have them. There's an issue in Indian River County, big issue with copper pipes. We've represented dozens and dozens of families on these cases, and it's still happening to this day. And yeah, people are coming home and they're finding flood water, an inch of water or more. Sometimes they're home and they catch it when it first happens. Sometimes they get a big water bill. They don't even know that it's leaking, like under the slab.
I've heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's been happening a lot. So the first thing you have to do is just turn your water off. As a matter of fact, my friend and cohort, Steve from Advanced Plumbing, Steve Vance, he's going to be by here later. He's going to give an interview. He showed us how to turn off your main valve at your house, the water main. So you want to turn off your water main right away. Get a licensed plumber. We have multiple companies that we work with. We can recommend. Advanced Plumbing being the top of our food chain. We'll send those guys out there. They'll find the leak. As I mentioned, if it's this copper pipe thing, we know what to do. And if not, what you want to do is sort of get that leak under control. That's our responsibility. The homeowner's responsibility is to sort of contain the problem as soon as possible. If you live out of town, a lot of snowbirds are not here. A lot of people like to shut the water off before they leave, which is a very good idea. If not, have somebody looking in on the house and the property. And like I said, you contain the issue right away, and then you would either call your insurance company or call me to call your insurance company, or call your insurance company, wait for them to do what they do, and then call me afterwards if you're not happy with them.
That's good to know. We had a couple of people come by the booth today actually and mention that they had a leak in their house and asked me what they should do.
Yeah, it's pretty rampant, and like I said, we've been helping a lot of people. We're very experienced with this particular issue, especially.
So water damage, good to know. Unfortunately, the most recent events in Florida has been Hurricane Ian. Terrible, disastrous. I know some people that live over there. I work with a lot of people who are over there. Have you guys worked with any of these hurricane victims?
Yeah. So when we were Claims Pro, when we were the other company, we worked Hurricane Charlie about 15 years ago, and 4 or 5 of those families that knew us from then called us. We don't go over there and cold call or any of those kind of things. But we went in and signed them up, and we got to looking around, and some other family members or friends. So we're working with more than a few families right now, and the devastation is very, very significant, unfortunately. And there's a lot going on. I mean, there really is. There's a lot of there's some companies that are coming along and stealing your what they call your benefits, their assignment of benefits. They're telling homeowners that they'll do their roof or they'll clean their house and they'll handle the insurance, and the homeowners are signing away that right, and it's called the assignment of benefits. We never want to do that. I'm going to actually make another video about this, but we never want to do that. And the reason why is because they go after the amount of the insurance, and it becomes what that company, who you assign, they decide how much is enough. Where I
should be able to decide.
Right, that's correct. When you sign with Sunstone, you sort of decide in your own way, because we go and do battle for you, and then when we come to them and they give us a figure, we can't take it unless you say it's okay. Now we'll advise you, we'll say, this is good, this is what we think is good, but it's ultimately your decision, so you never lose the power when you sign with a public adjuster or if you sign with
So I make the decisions when I sign with Sunstone.
That's correct. We advise you and allocate for you. Yes.
Good to know. And one last but not least, how does somebody reach you?
So it's 866 PAIDCLM, okay? That's the number, 866 PAIDCLM. SunsstoneClaims.com. We're on Facebook, Instagram. I'm around town, Vero Beach. You can always find me. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Hey, remember, don't face your insurance alone.
Call Sunstone.
How long?